4,455 pounds, Rockwood 2304 KS kitchen slide. Mini Lite here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Cold being the operational word of the day. If you'd like to see if we've got one of these popular little critters in stock and available, give us a call. Or, even easier, you can visit the link in the video description that says check for price and availability. You can check our stocking status of one of these right from your home, your phone, your tablet, your whatever. I'm sure someone's got a Bluetooth tennis shoe that has, you know, internet access at this point out there, because we live in the future. My point is, it's very simple to see if we have one in stock, how it's equipped, what we're asking. We don't do hidden dealer fees. We put it right on there. Now, there's different ways you can build these. There's optional equipment shown here. Maybe you don't like this one. Maybe you don't agree with how we have it here. We'll build you one. No big deal. This is one example of a 2304 KS. Like, we've put the full champagne skin package on here, which also does match the roof membrane matches that, by the way. It just has a good look to it. And it really helps this stand out as something that is elevated, I think is the best way to say it. There's lots of other great trailers out there. My God, do we carry a lot of them. Now, this is a fairly unique floor plan. There's really not a lot of other brands that have something like this. There are other rear bathroom Murphy bed models, but they always tend to be bigger, heavier, longer, more expensive. And that's where the 2304 KS really falls into place. If what you're looking for is that really nice, well-crafted, high equipment package, couples lightweight camping experience, then I think this is, you know, a good mix for that. Not everyone needs, you know, the 30-foot trailer. That's where this comes into play, being a Murphy bed. It's kind of two models in one. Now, this is one of the first floor plans Rockwood made that was always a Murphy bed. You know, not an optional Murphy bed. So it's always been purpose-built to be exactly like it is. The front end has been redesigned, though. That new bulge out in the front there, what that allowed them to do was actually scoot the bed back a little bit, and without actually extending the chassis, without making the RV longer, they gave it a little more room inside. And they put a little cargo tray that could hold a whole bunch of batteries behind those propane tanks as well. Now, you may have noticed full pass-through storage on a Murphy bed. That is a pretty rare find, although thankfully it's becoming more common. But what Rockwood's done differently here, which at this stage in the market, very few other manufacturers are doing, Winnebago being one of the few, but they just don't have near the Murphy models that Rockwood has. It's a one-piece Murphy bed. So the bed is one piece that goes up and down, and you don't have to make the bed every morning, every night, but you still maintain that pass-through storage. And that's usually the trick. Either you get a one-piece mattress or you get pass-through storage, but Rockwood gives you and instead of or. And I prefer and instead of or. Now, you see the little storage door on the slide face? That actually is kind of like behind some of the kitchen fixtures and cabinetry. Rockwood just doesn't waste stuff. They're very good about that. They're very good about never wasting anything. I'm really not doing you a job if I don't mention the suspension package on here too. This has four-wheel independent torsion axles and Torflex suspension. Every wheel on this has its own independent up-down mobility. And what's kind of cool about that is it works basically exactly the opposite of a leaf spring axle. When you go around corners at high speeds, a spring is compressed. So when you go around a corner, the trailer wants to lean and pull you off the road, and a leaf spring actually exaggerates that and tries to push you off the road even faster. Torsion axle suspensions actually do the opposite, and they try to keep the trailer flat and level, and they push against the lean. Kind of like if you know, if it's really windy out and you have to lean against the wind, that's what this does. It helps go straighter, truer down the road. And it does it without wide stance axles, which means you can still turn this thing on a dime, you know, because the wheels are closer together. Short models like this with those close together wheels, you can really maneuver around in tight areas like a lot of people do national park camping. So this is very good for that. Plus, it saves a lot of rear tire wear. Whenever you change trailer tires, it's always the back one that goes first because it gets pushed and skidded more. All LED taillights, backup camera ready. This has the bigger fan in the bathroom that we'll see when we get in there, and you see the roof vent cover built right onto that. Put a pretty good size awning on this with full-length LED lighting at the base of it as well. It's actually the biggest awning they can put on this model. And if you're looking up here, you're going, nuh-uh, I can see extra wall space. Look down here where that arm goes, and because of awnings come in specific sizes. There's not a larger specific size that can fit on the footprint of this model. Pardon me. TV inside can dismount, comes right outside. TV standard on these, you don't have to pay extra for that. It also includes an RVQ outside grill that'll hook right up here on this little side mount grill station for little tailgating. And you've got the rolled steel, finally remembered, little removable side table right there. So that's totally waterproof and whatnot. The door is anti-slam. It's got a friction hinge, which is adjustable. You can increase or decrease the amount of friction on that with that big handle to make life come in and out easy. You've probably noticed the magnet latches holding these baggage doors open. That's a solar prep plug below that marker light next to the baggage door up front there. Frameless side windows, heavily UV tinted. They look great, and they are very good for privacy. They're heavily tinted to keep the interior cooler because it blocks solar radiation. And the other part of the redesigned front end is the very obvious diamond-shaped front windshield that they have here. Same kind of windshield they have on like the Ultra and Signature series. And there is a difference between a windshield and a window. This is actual, like, it comes from an automotive manufacturer. It's pretty cool that way. Let's go inside. And when you get inside a Murphy bed model, you really get to see just the simplicity of it and just how slick it really is, because it gives you the space of like a bigger super slide trailer. It gives you the furniture, the living area of a super slide trailer, but in a much smaller, lighter weight, shorter, easy towing package. And that's what's so great about these. Now right up front here, obviously we've got our Murphy bed, and again, Rockwood has a one-piece folding Murphy bed that just makes life simple going up and down. And they've included those side stands on both sides of the sofa, and that's actually where that pass-through storage is hidden, is below the sofa area, for those not aware. Now this does lock in the down position so that it can't accidentally flip up and dump you up into the headboard area. I guess that happened to a couple people in Rockwood, and forget that, we're gonna lock this thing. We never really had our customers report that though, so I don't know, maybe it happened once and they just said, you know, just as a smart preventative thing, the bean counters are telling us to do this. You've got a normal front living room, but when the bed's down, you've got these handy little side stands and hanging closets and everything that make it just like a front walk-around bed. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. Now, what's also kind of neat here is you've got double ducted central AC, and this is a vaulted roof inside here. This actually has a 2-inch ceiling vault, 2.5 more specifically, but it gives it a little bit more open look and feel. But the fit and finish in these is fantastic. Like, you notice the precision on their cabinetry cuts, and they're not using what's called gimp molding. They're not putting little chunks of trim up there to sort of fill in a gap. They just have everything really dialed in and precise. Now, there are different ways to equip these. Remember, I mentioned that previously. Like, this is... You can have different fabrics, you can have different woods, you can have different flooring in a Rockwood. This is just one example of something like 18 different color combinations, not even including different equipment combinations. All real maple hardwood doors when you go with the maple upgrade like you see here. And again, central AC in this little, 23-foot box. You know, very high efficiency, double ducted for max airflow. Now, TV can swing out, it can dismount, it can go outside. That you got the sound bar there for the more natural sound as opposed to the surround sounds. I'm so glad almost no one uses that anymore. This is Bluetooth enabled CD DVD stereo. You can turn your phone into a remote control for it, but it also has both a USB power plug on the front as well as an HDMI port on the face, and that's something that's exclusive to the IRV system right now, is the ability to, even in this little mini light, plug in like a streaming stick like a Chromecast or something like that, and to be able to power it right there without having to string cables through your whole camper. Now, this is a free-floating table, so if you want to take it outside, you can. You want to fold that down into a sleeper for the grandbabies? You can. You know, chances are if you're in a little camper like this, they don't come with you that frequently. The little dinette will do. The dinette is also all aluminum skeletoned. That's something Rockwood does. Pretty much anything they build, it's going to have an aluminum skeleton. This side over here, we have an easy access extension drawer. On the other side, we have a cabinet door. So you have a space for little easy stuff and a space for big heavy stuff. Added the raised panel inserts to the refrigerator too, just for that sort of complete look. Now that pantry right there, that vertical pantry, is actually part of the kitchen slide, if you look down and look across, you can see how there's just that slight gap above the cabinetry. This is all one big slide out. And that's another thing I like about this. They've included that little pantry or little, entry closet right there, and all of this within that kitchen slide. And even though the kitchen slides aren't as deep as like a big sofa slide out, what's interesting is what it creates is the opportunity for bigger and more square foot of countertop space. This doesn't have a longer, wider counter than a lot of campers. It has a much deeper counter with you see that appliance plug in the back next to that giant breeze-through window. And it's got all the room in the world back there for extra stuff and prep space, and max prep space given to you by the solid surface counters with the recessed sink and oven over here. Now, normally, Rockwood Mini Lites under 25 feet, we don't put an oven in them, but this kitchen slide, that is a standard thing, so that's not something that we necessarily control here. I think we're pretty much good. I think we're good here in the living room area. Let's step to the bathroom. Now, if you like this camper, but you just want more of it, you can look at the Rockwood 2503S Mini Lite, and that is basically just the big brother version of this. It is the description of it is the same. It's a rear bathroom couples camping Murphy bed, but the extra little bit of length that it adds gives it a bigger dinette, it gives it a bigger bathroom, and it gives it a bathroom direct entry door. But that's extra length, extra weight, extra money that maybe you don't need. And they both stand alone on their own merits. Like the double linen cabinet that's in here is fantastic. The same big fan like in a fifth wheel is fantastic. This extra massive closet that they have back here, again, fantastic. Rockwood's bathrooms are always on point. And I'm not even standing in the shower, so it's not like I'm trying to trick you. Like, you can see my pants and my boots there, my nice Michigan snow pants. There is all sorts of floor space in here. You also enjoy a really big sink in a Rockwood. That's another one of those things that they've done for a long time. And a dedicated, what do I want to say, medicine cabinet right here for all your stuff. And then just the little detail things like the Flappy Doodle Deluxe 9000 door stopper. I don't know if that's actually the name, but my point here is that they make sure that the door handle can't possibly smash this nice split open spa style easy entry shower door. So if you're looking for big or small, we got it all at Haylett RV. And we do everything at Haylett RV, whether it's hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, or everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Have a great day.